And once again, I'm back. It's the political brown kid here. And before I step out this door for the day, because I'm going to step out once again, just see what's out here in these streets. As a single man, that's my routine. Get out here. It's now 10:41, so I'm hitting the streets a little late and see what's out here and just see what's going on. And I may report back again, either frustrations or delight. Hopefully, it's delight this time, but you never know. But I just wanted to make this video today in regards to, or at least a topic I just saw. I saw it, I think, Friday or Thursday morning, Thursday, Friday, is that Jada Pinkett Smith came out and basically said that, or she's basically announced to the world that her and Will Smith, when I say Jada, I mean Jada Pinkett Smith, has announced to, the world, or at least put it out publicly, that she and Will Smith have been separated since 2016. So they've been separated for over 7 years. And there was always rumors or swirlings going around about trouble in their marriage, or that they had an open marriage and all this other stuff. And so she's basically confirmed it. And these are my observations. I'm not judging anyone. These are just observations. And it may seem like I'm judging, but, it is what it is. I'm not going to apologize for it. But it's just the way that at least as far as from my experience, and I can only speak from my experience. So women, you may have a different experience. Other men, you may differ with me, but just my experience is this. When you see professionals like this, first and foremost, it's just disheartening to see couples just throw away decades of marriage, and not be able to work it out. Not being it, because that's what marriage, like I said before, marriage is not about forever. There's no more biblical standards. And not to say that I'm a big Bible person. There are certain things I do agree with the Bible with, and there's certain things I don't. And marriage is one of them. You get married to someone, you work out your problems. Marriage isn't something that you just do temporarily. Then why get married? If people aren't going to stick together, if you stuck together for 20 something years, and then you just decide, oh, I want something different. That's, because you want to have fun, because you want to be pleased, and you want to feel different, and you just want to feel refreshed and get that new love feeling all over again. I don't know what people are doing, but people are just walking away from relationships. And I can possibly understand somebody walking away from a relationship after a year and a half, and them saying, oh, I didn't realize it was going to be like this when I got married. But for you to be 10 and 20 years into something and just walk away, I find that strange and disheartening. But again, that's what they did, and that's what our famous government allows people to do, because contrary to popular belief, America is not this heaven that people make it out to be. It is truly hell. If you can have policies that allow people to just get divorced just because, these aren't good policies. But anyway, I digress. But just some notable things that I've noticed from her interview, or at least the little snippets that I saw. And again, I'm just going off little snippets that I saw. It was just, the cavalierness in which she spoke about, the separation and the divorce. It was just kind of like, and everybody kept referring back, at least in the video snippets that I saw, there were comments about how she had that sneering, smile on her face, that Joker smile on her face. Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing to notice, her disposition towards, her delusion of her marriage. But it's been 7 years, so I guess maybe she's, over it. I don't know what she went through when it was initially over. She probably did go through heartache over it. But then also the other thing too, it's just kind of, just the way she was talking about him, or not really talking about him. And I've noticed that with a lot of women. I had a woman ask me the other day, like, women take it harder than men. And I said, no, there have been studies that show men take breakups a lot harder, and it takes them a lot longer to recover from breakups than it does women. And that is a fact. That has been, at least that's my personal opinion. And I've seen papers and studies on it where that has been proven. So if people believe in science, you can look towards that. But I'm just going off of my observation. You've seen men that are willing to literally kill themselves over the dissolution of a marriage. you see men just have total breakdowns. They're not the same after their marriage ends. Women move on because they can. Women have a lot more options than men. They may not have the options that they like, but they have a woman. Like I've heard women say, just because they'll get over a man by getting with another man and just because they will just want to get rid of that feeling so they can go occupy their time with this other guy. They may not totally like them, because I have a friend, she's like that. She's not totally into the guy that she's with or that she was with, but she was being intimate with him and doing things with him relationship wise because he was willing to do it for her. And it was something that occupied her mind from the man the relationship that she walked away from, even though she regretted it. But it was gave her something to do. Men don't have those options. We have to literally hunt and be out in these streets. Not only do we have to be able to hunt, but you have to have your whole disposition right. Your whole, you just can't approach a woman with your bad aura, because she can sense that on you, that your aura or your mood ain't right. You have to have your look on point. You have to have everything on point before a woman, she can be broken. She can be in a bad place mentally and physically and spiritually, and a guy will still get with her. That's just how things are done. So that was just kind of one thing that I noticed, just the way she spoke or didn't really speak about him. She referred more so to Tupac, being Tupac was her spiritual connection, or I don't know if you want to say soul tie. I have no idea, but she spoke more about that than saying, dang, I lost my husband, he was my soul tie. I lost him. It's unfortunate, and speaking about him in that type of manner, but she's speaking about another dude. And so that's the second part of this. The third part is she's like, yeah, we've never referred to each other as husband and wife in years. Well, no, I'm going to say this. Will actually spoke of you a year or so ago when he slapped Chris Rock and said, keep my wife's name out your mouth. And so, it's just, when you look at that, when a woman is done, she's done. And so when you look at Will, he's still going on as if I'm protecting and providing. He's still playing that role of, husband. As delusional as he may be, he still feels obligated. And I know plenty of men who've been in this same situation where they've left a woman and they still feel obligated to be her protector and her provider, because that was his woman and she just uses him for that protection and provision. But if he was to get shot in the street or something were to happen to him, she don't really care. She doesn't care, because she allows her emotion and her hatred towards him to just use him conveniently when it benefits her. But when she really doesn't need him, she doesn't care about her ex. But men still care about the well-being and welfare of their exes. These are just true things. And Will's behavior, feeling the need to protect, how stupid he looked. I'm not trying to say he did the right thing. He definitely did a very stupid thing, very idiotic thing. Allowing to walk up on a stage. It was very ghetto to walk up on a stage and do Chris Rock the way he did him. But it was still, I'm just looking at it from the perspective of, he still feels the need to be the protector and provider of his estranged wife. I'm going to say estranged because they're separated, not divorced. He feels the need to be the protector and provider. I don't see that from her. I just see her trying to pump up her red table. She's just using him for whatever she can use him for. So whenever she wants to have a juicy topic on her red table platform, she'll bring him on there to embarrass him about how she slept with other men or another man. I'm not going to say men because it was just one that she confirmed. And it's just kind of like, really? These are the things that we do to others. But it's just the observation of how a woman treats her ex and how a man treats his ex. It is very different. And men, the only reason why men get ignorant with their ex, really, and I'm not going to say, I'm just speaking men as an average, because there are outliers where men are just total jerks and idiots. I understand that. But on average, you'll see these men like Will, particularly these good men like Will, they have this sort of disposition and behavior towards their ex where they still show love and compassion, and their ex doesn't reciprocate that towards them. Their ex just shows indifference towards them. And that's exactly what she's doing, unless she needs a come up, and then she'll pull out the will, she'll roll him out as a resource. Um, and like I said, I've seen this with several men. I've seen it. I've seen it where men just feel the need to just still be protectors and providers because they still think that door is open for the possibility of them getting back with their ex. But I can tell you like this: when most women are done, they don't backtrack. Women move forward because to go back to something, number one, it signifies that she was wrong, and a woman is never going to admit that she was wrong. And especially if she was the one who walked away. If the man walked away, then she'll be willing to probably take him back and revisit the relationship. But if she's the one that walked away, she's not going to come back because then it's kind of an admittance of I was wrong. And so that's one thing that I have definitely noticed with women in their behaviors. They hold, it's something in their spirit, and it's something the way that they are built, that's what they do. So I know there's a lot of other things. I'm just kind of freestyling this morning before I hit these streets because I'm probably in Will Smith's situation. I need to get back with something, myself. And like I told y'all know it's been a journey. It's been taking me a long time. It's not going to take Will a long time. Will's probably doing his thing. Also, too, that's also the other thing. I'm glad I mentioned that. You don't see, you heard speculation of them having an open marriage and Will having to ask permission from Jada to sleep with this woman or that one. We've heard speculation about that. I think you've heard that about Eva Mendes. I think when they worked on that project, I guess Hitched Together. I'm not saying that Eva and Will slept together, but I'm saying that I think that, those were just rumors. But what I'm saying is this. I don't think that you can point to any event, at least I can't. And if y'all can, correct me if I'm wrong. You can't point to an event where Will has been publicly out there and has publicly been tied to a particular woman. I can't point to it, and it's been confirmed. It's been confirmed. Like Jada has confirmed hers. To be honest with you, I didn't even know about Jada's relationship, but she confirmed her relationship with this other dude. You don't hear that about Will. Will has kept this stuff. If he's doing anything out here in this world, he's kept it low key and he's kept it respectable. But once again, people are walking away. And, this kind of, when you hear about this, it's an unfortunateness. When you hear about stuff like what supposedly is going on between Remy Ma and Papoose, it just like, it just gives you zero hope that relationships work. It's like, well, why go through them if these are going to be the end result from decades of, bonding and relationships? So I just wanted to bring that up here before I step out of these doors this morning. Once again, this is the Political Brown Kid. Everyone take care, be well, and stay in your marriage, stay in your relationships. It's a lot easier to walk away and it's harder to work on something. But trust me, it's better to work on what you already have than to go out and build something new. This is the Political Brown Kid. I'm out of here.